Hey guys, DT06 Toys here, back with another review. This time I'll be reviewing S.H.Figuarts Megumi Fushiguro. Let's get right into it. So aesthetically, this guy seriously looks like he jumped right out of the anime. I'm at a loss of words at just how accurate he looks. He looks really good. While his overall uniform sculpt looks very similar to Yuji's, it's actually quite different, and that is more apparent when I get into the articulation later. But yeah, I really like his look. His face print, hair sculpt, and buttons on his uniform all look very well detailed. So, for his articulation, his head can look pretty far up, and he can also look pretty far down. He can bury his chin there, so that's pretty good. Oops, sorry about that. Side to side is pretty good, and left and right, pretty good as well. Now his head range movement is really good because of the design because of the way of this design. The long neck and the double jointed peg, I believe. Yeah, it just makes for a very good combo. Now his arm can be pulled out, so you can have some extra range of movement. Past 90 degrees, very good. Full rotation, very good. Double jointed elbows, always nice to see. And of course the standard wrist joint articulation, as we come to expect from these figures. Now, he's leaned back. I gotta do this properly. It's alright. Not the best, but not the worst. And he's leaned forward. Not as good, but it's there. It's minimal, but it's there. Some side to side. And some rotation. Pretty minimal, actually. So, waist rotation, no issues. His leg does have a tie swivel as well, so that's good. Now, he can kick forward pretty far up. It's a bit restricted, but it's not too bad. Can't kick back though because of that butt flap design. I wish they would find another way to design this, but it is what it is. Side kicks, or the splits, pretty far. It's pretty good. Double jointed knees, always nice to see. And his foot articulation is pretty good. Up and down, no issues. Full rotation. And of course, a toe hinge. And also an ankle rocker. But the ankle rocker is not very good on one side. It's only very good on the inside of the foot because of the way it's designed. So take note of that. Yeah. Moving on to accessories. He comes with his default neutral face, a shouting face, and a Sukuna faceplate. Now I really hate it when toy companies do this. I'm not a fan of this tactic of putting up accessories of another character inside the box. It doesn't make sense to me. Don't get me wrong. The face looks very good. There's nothing wrong with the face print. It looks really good. But why put it with Megumi? See, because they included this faceplate, Megumi ends up only having 2 faceplates out of the box. You can't tell me there aren't other facial expressions they could have used from the anime. That's bullshit. Eyes looking sideways, gritted teeth, a smiling face. I could go on and on about the many facial expressions he used in the anime. But no! They decided to go with a Sukuna faceplate because he has a thing for him in the anime. Fantastic choice. Anyway, moving on with his hands, he comes with a pair of fists, a pair of relaxed hands, joint hands for when he summons his dogs, joint hands for when he summons new, and joint hands for when he does his incomplete domain expansion. And that's it. So yeah, definitely a little lacking in the accessory department, especially if compared to Yuji, for example, so it's quite a shame. So overall, this is once again a pretty solid release from Tamashii for their Jujutsu Kaisen Light. This release's strongest point is the figure itself, while its weakest point is the lack of accessories. My major complaint is, again, the inclusion of the Sukuna faceplate in this release, when they could have just included maybe 1 or 2 more faceplates of himself. It's either that, or they could have included some weapons that he used during the later arcs in the anime, but I think Tamashii was intentionally avoiding producing anything from those arcs for some reason, although they did include his domain expansion hands, but I don't know. More faceplates would have made this a much better release. That's all I'll say. Anyway, that's it for this review, and I'll see you all in the next one.